This is right past the main entrance into what was formerly the post office. They want to make it more into like the main train station near Penn Station, or make it into the new Penn Station. You can see what a great job they did. Took a lot of work on their part, but they did a fabulous job inside here. So as I said, this is right past the entrance. You can see here, we'll be looking outside. That's right at 34th Street and 33rd Street. Excuse me, 33rd Street and 8th Avenue. This is another view from the entrance at 33rd and 8th Avenue. You can see how well designed it is. Beautiful entry down to Penn Station. They did really a great job. It took, as I said earlier, it took a long time for them to do this, but they did a great job. Well thought out, well done. So this is right at the entryway at 33rd and 8th Avenue to the new Penn Station. This is what they had envisioned for many years when Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan had proposed this idea. And it was a good idea, except it took, well, at the time it was going to take a lot of money, and it's still going to take a lot of money. But you can see how they started the first phase. You see here a great entrance, so it's going to make the commuters even more happy. And we're just going to take a look to see what the neighborhood looks like. So as I turn to my left, or to my right, you'll see all the buildings that will be in the distance. And the old Penn Station is right there. That's the Penn Station. They're still using that for the trains and for the commuters, but they want to shift from this old Penn Station to the Moynihan Station in the next 5 to 10 years. And then in the distance, there's the other side of the entrance, right over there. We'll be going over there just to take a look at what that looks like. Right there is the entrance. On our way to the second entrance, we're just going to take a little look at what the outside of the main post office looks like. It's just magnificent. Now, in so many movies, they had this main post office, and it was for the longest time a 24-hour, a 365-day-a-year post office. But due to budgetary issues, they stopped working on Sundays. The mail is still delivered inside to the post office. It's just that for people putting mail into the post office, nothing is done with it until Monday. But because this is the central clearing facility for all the mail in New York, they want things to be in operation here. But as I said earlier, they're trying to convert this space into a much grander space, into more of a train station space. Now this is the second entrance to the Long Island Railroad at 31st Street and 8th Avenue. See what a great job they did here. And again, where we came from was to the left, all the way over there. And that's the other entrance to the Long Island Railroad. They are making a big investment in improving the quality of the trip. So they just want to have like a better train station for all the commuters from Long Island. This is the new Penn Station. You can see what a great job they did here. See how much space there is here. It took years to do this, to design and put everything together, but it's going to be great for all the commuters of Long Island Railroad. You can see here how wonderful the space is. This is just another view of the great amount of space that they have here, the Long Island Railroad. Now, we were at the other corner right there just filming, but this is just to show everyone how they did a great job with the space. A lot of work, but it was worth it. can see inside here. For all the commuters from Long Island, this is going to be great for you. And at some point in the future, they're going to make this the main station for everyone. Now this is us going downstairs into the rest of the station. You can see here how much space there is. Now, we approached this area of the station from 31st Street and 8th Avenue, but it gives us all a chance to see what this new space looks like. Look at this, great video, and all the tracks down here. Isn't it just great for everyone? They really put a lot of money and time into this. It's just fantastic. It makes it a pleasure to come to Penn Station now. And these tracks had always been here. It's just that they weren't used in this sense, in this way. When the trains were leaving from Long Island or from Penn Station, there were these tracks underneath here because the trains went under the post office to the rail yards to be stored. So you can see here subways. So this connects to the rest of Penn Station. Now, this is another view of Penn Station Underground. This is where we came from. Like in the distance, you can see all the way there where we came from. But again, this is to show people how great of a job they did at improving Penn Station and how now it's a really enjoyable place to wait for your train. It can be very, very enjoyable being here. Nice, air-conditioned, connected to the rest of Penn Station. I really recommend it. And see here, this is where we were before. The other part of the entrance to Penn Station. So you can see how 8th Avenue and 33rd Street. So those are the escalators there. We'll take a look at what it looks like, just so that the world can see. There you go. And that's just where we were before. And right here is the area that's connecting the new section to the rest of Penn Station. And going right down there, you are able to go to the Long Island Railroads and to the subway. And right over there is actually the entrance to the Blue Line, or the A, C, and the E line that are ready for people to take. So this is a very convenient addition to Penn Station. So this is looking towards the area where we entered Penn Station, 31st and 8th Avenue. You can see how it's a long corridor, and right there near the yellow pole is the entry from 33rd and 8th Avenue. So it's really very convenient. All the different tracks, 21 through like 7, are down here. So they tried to make it very convenient for people to ease the congestion in Penn Station. And ideally they want to have more things going on over here near the post office than in the Penn Station that was already here. And again, that's where there's the connection. We're looking in the direction of where there's a connection to the subways and to the Long Island Railroad. So now we're looking down the corridor that leads directly to Penn Station and to the Long Island Railroad. So it's very nice. And so as we turn to the right, we'll see the corridor that they recently built. And again, we saw that before, but this is just for a sense of perspective for people so that they can see what the different parts of the station look like. And so here, again, that's the 33rd Street. So they really need to expand, and that's what they're doing. They're expanding to make sure that they keep up with the continued growth in the commuter traffic. And as gasoline prices get expensive in the future, as trains are more efficient to run, they just want to make sure that there's enough service for all the new people arriving into Manhattan on a daily basis. And my hat's off to the administrations and to the designers, because one of the issues with designing these new systems is thinking ahead and figuring out what is needed at different times. And these kinds of projects take years to build, to develop. So by the time you need it, you already had to think about it.